Okay, guys, listening in here today. We have the Inu team with us, and yeah, Jeff is gonna be representing the team. So, Jeff, can you give us a brief introduction about yourself, how you got into crypto, and yeah, what's the inspiration behind this project?
Yeah, for sure. So just a bit about me, just from Canada over here. So our team, well, it's more of a community actually. We're global, but how I started was 2021. So not too long, but long enough. And really, when I got in, I was just looking at all the high market cap coins, and then I just wasn't making enough gains. So I just wanted to go down lower. And I've been in projects like very early, like I was at Floki at $1 million, and things like that. And so really, my goal is just to find the projects that are very, very cheap, that have big potential. And that is what brought me to Inu. So this project actually has been going on for quite some time now. So we started in June of 2022. And basically what happened was, a bit of background on it, is there was a token called Inu INU that launched just before we did. And that token launched because it was right when Luna collapsed. So it was actually pretty good timing. And that went up to like 20 million market cap in about a week and then dumped. The dev left, and then that dev started Inu. Our project went to 5 million. And keep in mind, this was, bottom of the bear market, so nothing was really happening. So even 5 million was, quite good at the time. And then, that dev, same dev, so he left. But if you look on Etherscan, something that's pretty interesting, just what he wrote in the contract. It's definitely worth taking a look at, and we can share that with you guys after as well. Don't know it off the top of my head, but it was very interesting what the guy wrote. So anyway, we took it over as a community 3 years ago. So it was very shortly after launch, and not really much was going on with the price. But I got to say, as a community, these guys that were in there, they never quit. I actually gave up on this project a few times because nothing was really happening. And then Pepe launched, and that's when I got back into it, because the reason why Pepe was so successful is because of its simplicity. There was already thousands of Pepes that had launched before that. But the one that picked off had the right marketing, and was just Pepe, ticker Pepe. And that's why, for me, it was so successful. So anyway, it brought us, we had a pump to about 1 million last year. Didn't really continue off of that, but I'm back again because the community has been just so resilient. If you look at meme coins, to be around for 3 years, and actively posting on Twitter, active in the Telegram. We got a guy Cranky and Mario and Hero. Those are the 3 core people of the community, and those guys have been going after it like every single day. And so basically, long story short, the reason why this is going to be successful is because there is no ticker Inu that has actually been successful in the space yet. And it's just the narrative, right? Simplicity always wins out. It's the exact same thing with Pepe. And what I've been really working on with the narrative lately, especially with the Twitter content, has been like, Doge was the first meme to take off. Shib rode on Doge because it was, the breed was a Shiba. And Inu is just simply the evolution of that. It's the final form. So that's what we're doing. That's the narrative. Hopefully that gives you guys a bit of insight. I think this thing has a ton of potential, like definitely billions of market cap. We want to be like a top 3 meme for sure. But with that, I'll kind of just leave it there, because it is a meme project. So there's not a ton of like utility stuff. We are doing a couple things in the background, but I think those would be released, once the project takes off more. And again, just to reiterate, this is a community project, so it's really just the members of the community that are building those kind of things. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. Hopefully that gives you guys a bit of background, and happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was talking about I was on mute. So yeah, Great stuff you said so far. I really, really love this project. I checked out the X, and yeah, this is a really, really OG project on the Ethereum chain. So, can you tell us a bit more about your community? What can we expect when joining your community? Are there any ratings? And yeah, how do the community take place in the decision making aspect of this project?
Yeah, so as a community, like I was saying, these guys they're active like every single day. This is unlike any other meme project you'll see out there that has a small market cap. It doesn't matter what the chart looks like. People are doing raids every single day, nonstop, and that's for me is like the X factor. It's like all the other coins, they're only active when the chart is doing well. And actually, if you go into Dex Tools right now, you'll see that we are definitely trending upwards. We're up 175% in the last 3 months. Obviously, ETH does have something to do with that because it's doing quite well. And then, sorry, what was your other question? You're still on mute, by the way.
Yeah, sorry about that. What did you say?
Yeah, so just asking, that I was giving a bit more background just in terms of the day to day for us. Oh yeah, so your other question was decision making. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so like, look, there's a guy, Hero. He's the one who is behind the Telegram and behind the Twitter. He's the owner of both of those. I actually think he bought the domain name theinu.com for like $8,500. So, needless to say, he's very committed to the project. Been here since the beginning, putting tweets out almost every day. And in terms of decision, I mean, it's who's ever stays with us and stays in the community, their voice will be heard. These guys are open to whatever it is that's going to work for the project. So, anybody that joins, you'll definitely be heard.
Okay, great. And yeah, the Dex Tools link is on the channel post, so guys, you could go check it out and see for yourself. So yeah, also like, do you guys have regional groups whereby or bots in your Telegram channel, just to help eradicate language barrier community wise?
Yeah, so at the beginning, we were getting a lot of exposure from China. So we have a China group. It's still relatively active. That's pretty much the only other group we have outside of our main TG channel. But, of course, if we get, more people from other parts of the world, we are happy to open up a new channel. But, right now it's just up to the amount of traffic that we're getting. And so right now we just have China and the main channel.
Okay, great. And yeah, that's really, really helpful in the project growth and yeah, making everyone feel involved with the project so everyone could like grow together and all that. So yeah, that's great to see you have a Chinese group already in place. So moving on to the other question, seeing you been around the space for a while now. So what would you say are the things you and your team has learned so far, like a place where you guys were looking weak earlier, and yeah, how do you guys plan on improving that since you're pretty much experienced now and know how to and know your whereabouts in the space and how to grow this project?
Yeah, so the foundation has really been set. We're on CoinGecko, we're on CoinMarketCap. There's only two Inu listings on CoinMarketCap. The other Inu that's there was a complete scam dev. He took 4% of the supply and dumped it. They were able to get a listing on Poloniex and BitGet. I think those are both down now. If you go to their website, it just says scam on it. So I'm not really worried about those guys. They do have a lot of liquidity and their chart's pretty dead. So CoinMarketCap, I think, is probably the best. And then on Dex Tools, we're third on the Dex Tools search. I think that just has to do with the chart activity and the liquidity. We're 99 out of 99 on Dex Tools. And then if you do a Google search, I actually did this morning because I wanted to make sure that our search engine optimization was legit. So we are on the first page of Google. We're not the first result, but we're probably about the fifth result on our CoinMarketCap page. So as you can imagine, when retail comes back into the space, it's going to be pretty easy to find us, whether that's DEX Tools, Google, or CoinMarketCap. And I think those are really the biggest channels. But in terms of marketing, we're not a team, right? So there's no budget or anything like that. But we are seeing some steady growth now. The team is making a big push with the raise that we're doing lately, because obviously the fall season is coming. But yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like for marketing. I think it's an extremely good setup. Also, if you look at our logo, it's very clean, very basic. Those kind of narratives seem to be extremely strong right now. Again, it's very much along the lines of what Pepe did. So, the way that we're marketing it right now, you have a chance to get in on the next Pepe or the next ship, 300K market cap. So for me, it's kind of a no-brainer from the risk-reward side of things, especially because the chart had already bottomed out. Realistically, like half of the ETH memes that are good communities are an amazing buy right now because it's an easy 10x. But I really think for us, the big catalyst is once you see our chart go up even more than it is, because a lot of these projects are just people chasing, the chart, and so once we start moving even more than this, it's gonna move quick. Because what I keep saying to our group is it's only gonna take us getting in front of the right person, whether it's a rich person or some influencer with big reach. So I'm extremely confident that we're going to do that because, like I said, every day we're making hundreds of posts on X. CoinMarketCap, we're hitting that up every day too. So very, very solid foundation in terms of that, and we're ready to go when retail comes in.
Okay, great, great, great. And also, like I said earlier, guys, I would really, really love for you to get into this project. I mean, not financial advice, but yeah, this is OG project, and yeah, they know what they are gonna do now and how to grow this project. So yeah, moving on to the next question. This is not really like relevant in today's space. For yeah, can you just share a bit of the tokenomics, the token supply, and yeah, the token education for those who didn't check your website?
Yeah, so tokenomics is, I'm pretty sure the number is considered trillion or something like that because there's 1,000 trillion. So whatever the official term for that is, 500 trillion is burned. So on Uniswap, I think there's like 225 trillion on there. And yeah, all our top holders only have about 2%. So very favorable distribution. There's no big whales or anything like that holding a huge supply. And the other thing I was going to say too, because I think not that I didn't touch on this, but we are the first coin with the ticker INU and the name INU to launch, and there have been probably 100 of those others to launch after us. So that's really the thing, right? In crypto, the first movers are always going to be the most valuable, and because we're the first INU to ever launch, it gives us a massive advantage, and people know that. And that's why we have a lot of holders that have been holding for 2 or 3 years now, because people realize the value of being first. So, yeah.
Okay, great, great. And yeah, I really, really love that. And guys, you had this is the first project, the first inning project, like you had from Jeff. So yeah, this is really great for you guys to get in. And also, Jeff, could you talk more about your strategies on marketing more eyes and yes.
Yeah, you cut out there a little bit, but from what I understand, you're just talking more about the marketing strategy. So Yeah, really, like I said, this is not really a marketing funded project. I think a lot of the community consensus is to build this out as organically as possible. That said, I have been, paying for some Twitter exposure. One of my posts got like 200,000 impressions. So, I'm tinkering with that a little bit. That said, at the end of the day, I'm just a community member and I'm just, putting a little bit of my money to work. But in terms of the broader paid marketing, not a ton of that is going on because, like I said, a lot of our mission is not to just be this quick pump and dump. I mean, there's a lot of people that you could pay $1,000, $5,000 for a Twitter post, which would be good. But I think it's all about timing because if you get a quick pump, people just leave and it's a dead project. So what we're really trying to do and what I can understand from the community is this is something that we're trying to grow organically for the long term. So, really that just includes all of our posts. If you do $INU on Twitter, like I said, you're going to see hundreds of posts from us. And, I think at the rate we're currently growing at and at the rate that retail is starting to come in, we've gotten about 30 or so people in the last couple of days into our TG group. It's about 720 now. So, yeah, I think we have good momentum. Things are really going to start to pick up in the next week or two. And like I said, all it takes is for one rich person or one influencer to discover us, which a lot of them do know about us. Like Joe Grower 420, he held our project at launch. There's a lot of other names I can't think of off the top of my head. I think Crypto Messiah, he's promoted us before in the past too. So a lot of these guys already know of us. They're kind of just a lot of them want to ride the pump, which is they'll definitely come back in once our chart keeps going up, which it has been. But yeah, I would definitely recommend looking at the chart at Dex Tools. It looks very favorable. But yeah, hopefully that gives you an idea in terms of the marketing. A lot of it's just more organic, but we're trying to stay away from the quick pump, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's good. And also like that when you get that quick pump, a lot of people intend to dump later on. So yeah, it's more of it's more gonna be like more better if you go organically, which you're doing right now to get like long term holders in your community. And yeah, that is really, really great and well thought out from you guys. Love that. So yeah, Mustin, what utilities have you guys added to this project so far, or did you guys just like remain in the meme direction?
Yeah, it's a good question. So from what I've seen in the space, memes that have utility, they usually die pretty quick because meme is, meme. You're just supposed to run it without any utility. That said, I did mention briefly, I know there's an Inu wallet that has been developed. And actually in the early days, there was Inu Swap. I think these things would be far better to, put out there once we're at, a lot higher of a market cap, like 100 million, billion kind of thing, because we want to ride as a straight meme. I, at least in my opinion, ideally before that. So to answer your question, yeah, we do have applications, but we're probably going to save those until things really pick up.
So yeah, how about like something like merch stuff, like an Inu merchandise?
Yeah, so I actually saw a guy in the early days. He had a T-shirt, but actually, you know what? That's the beauty of our logo. So if you look at our logo, it is the most simplistic design you can have, and that's really the beauty of it. And I think that's really why this thing is going to be so successful. There's millions of memes out there trying to be something, and we're just the simplest thing possible. So yeah, we did have some shirts and stuff, like people just making their own thing, just community members. But I think with the merch, that stuff, again, it's really going to blow up once this thing's 100 millions and billions. And for sure, we'll have T-shirts, hats, whatever. You'll see our logo everywhere. But Something again. It's very, very easy for us to do and to scale because their logo is amazing. But something we would look to once this thing's bigger.
Yeah, no rush with that, and yeah, I totally agree with you. So, thanks for answering those questions. Those were pretty much my question, and yeah, question I love to ask before we get into the closing statements. It's basically on your long term and short term goals with this project.
Yeah, so really the short term goal here is just to ride the wave. Obviously Ethereum's pumping. Alt season is probably, could be 2 weeks, could be a couple months until we're full blown. So first stage as of now is we're at 300K market cap. We've got some nice green candles going. I'm thinking next 2-3 weeks we'll ride a bit of a wave, get to 1 million. After that, I think this thing's going to be parabolic. Obviously, making predictions on memes is pretty crazy, but if you talk to me in our community, our goal is billions, tens of billions, because that's what we think this thing is worth. It's everyone wants to have an Inu currency, so it doesn't exist yet on the mainstream. That's what we're trying to do. So short term, I'd say next few weeks get up to 1 million, 2 million. Next couple of months, billions when retail comes in.
Okay, guys, you heard that, and yeah, I really, really wish you the best of lucks with this project. And yeah, guys, thanks for joining in to today's session. I would also be doing a giveaway. Yeah, the team sent some money for some giveaway. So yeah, guys, I would be doing the giveaway for the best people who like follow the X account, and yeah, join the community. You can send me screenshot when you're done in my DMs, and yeah, I would pick the winners and announce on the channel. So yeah, guys, thanks for joining, and yeah, goodbye, Jeff.
Thanks, Mike. And the last thing I was going to ask you, is there a way we can get a recording of this?
Yeah, the record I recorded it.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, if you or anybody else can send that, that'd be amazing. But yeah, thanks everybody. If you have any questions, join us in the TG. Feel free to send me a DM, whatever. But yeah, thanks again.
Yeah, just send me a DM and I will get you the recording. So yeah, guys, I'm in the chat. I dropped the message in the recent post. So yeah, you could easily DM me showing me your proof you followed the X and everything. So yeah, thanks guys for joining today's session. Goodbye.
Thanks, guys.